It is really windy today. We have another car project to work on. I just spent $400 last weekend trying to fix the wife's car. CV axle, lower control arm, ball joint. The day after I finished that car, the starter went out on the CRV. I just cannot catch a break. I bought a new starter today. $312 out the door. It's got a $40 core charge, so when I take it back, I'll get $40 back plus tax. Man, these car parts are expensive. Now, that is the remanufactured one with a lifetime warranty. I replaced the starter in this car in 2016, January 2016. I bought a cheap one off Amazon. It was like $65. 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. So I got 6 years out of it. I don't know. I should have bought another one then. 6 years is pretty good, I guess. I ended up buying this one with a lifetime warranty because I was thinking I had just replaced this like 2 or 3 years ago. I didn't realize it had been 6 years. Whatever. And this car's got 231,000 miles on it. So how much more lifetime is there? I didn't want to spend so much on this dang starter because I don't know how long this car is going to last me. It's springtime. Look what these birds are doing to my car. These dang blue jays. This car's been parked here for about 4 days since the starter went out. Let's see if this thing will start. Oh, there you go. The day after I got my wife's car fixed, this starter started sounding like that. Luckily, I was able to get it started at work. I got home. It's been sitting here for about 4 days. And today's Saturday. I've worked about the last 9 Saturdays in a row. I was going to work today. It just didn't happen. So I guess I need to fix this car anyway. So this is not a how-to video. It's just what I'm doing today. I'm going to get the battery disconnected, and then we got to start taking all of this stuff off because the starter is right down there. I've got the battery disconnected. I've got all these little plugs disconnected. There's some plugs over here. Oh, there's one more right here I got to get. Almost ready to take the intake off. Probably the most annoying thing, there's 2 fuel lines down here. I don't know if you can see them. Anyway, you got to pull those off and then they start leaking fuel. So I normally try to find something to shove in them, or I will clamp them off with one of these. But like, you can do it with these, but it's really tight in there. Well, I'm an idiot. I mean, I've taken these off a bunch of times in the past. These are coolant lines. They're not gas lines. I don't know why I said that. So I got this thing plug in one, and then I've got the clamp on another, spilling coolant all over the driveway. It's a little hose, but there's a lot coming out of there. It's been about 30 minutes. Finally got this intake out. I had to loosen up this whole front piece here and pull it over to give me some more room. So there's my starter right there. And I'm actually going to replace the PCV valve while I'm in here. I forgot that I bought this a couple weeks ago. It was like $15 or $20, but it's right here. This car, it's got 231 or maybe 232,000 miles. I don't think that's ever been changed. Now, this thing's pretty nasty. It does, well, you can't hear it. It still has a little bit of rattle to it, whatever's in there that's moving around. But the new one, I got it in there. If you shake the new one, you can feel and hear something moving around a lot, and it's barely moving in here. So I think this thing is probably clogged up. Before I put the new starter on, I'm going to clean the front of this engine a little bit with some Super Clean. This stuff works really good to cut the oil and the grease. This engine is losing oil. That's part of the reason I wanted to put the new PCV valve in there. I know, like, if the valve is clogged up, then it's possible the engine can build pressure and maybe shove it out the seals. It's very windy out here and it's annoying. Anyway, I've cleaned the rest of the engine a couple weeks ago. I spent a few hours and cleaned everything I could get to. But because of the intake being in the way, there's a bunch of gunk and oil and just goo everywhere. I want to clean all that off. That way I can start watching this engine over the coming months and find out if it is an oil leak, or because I replaced the PCV valve, maybe the problem goes away. The top of the engine's pretty clean. The side and the back are clean. Now this end here, I did not take that plastic piece off when I was cleaning, so it's gonna stay dirty for right now, but this is what I'm gonna be working on right now, like down here, down there. We're not looking for perfection, we're just trying to clean it up a little bit. We got a couple of plastic bags in here. We're covering the engine there and the alternator. So we're gonna be very gentle with the water and the cleaning stuff. It's a little bit better than it was. I'm trying to get in here with the toothbrush and this other brush. There's just no room to work, but it looks better, a little bit better. The new starter is in. We're gonna start putting everything back together. And there's so much pollen on this engine. It's the end of March. We got this thing done. Hopefully it's gonna start right up. Got the whole engine put back together. Let's test this thing out. Yeah! We got, can you see? It's pretty bright. 232,008. Beautiful. I'm so happy that I am done with this project. We're gonna get this beater back on the road. This thing gets better fuel mileage than my white truck that I've been driving. So it's 5:30 right now. I started around 2:30. Took me about 3 hours. Of course, that was adding in the PCV valve and filming. I also tried to clean the engine a little bit. So that's 3 hours. Probably could have done it in 1 hour if I wasn't doing all the other stuff. So thanks for hanging out with me on this project. We'll see you soon.